By the end of the month, the U.S. Supreme Court is expected to rule on a challenge to President Biden's student loan forgiveness program.
If the case hasn't been resolved by June 30th, student loan payments will resume by the end of August.
So on your side's Taylor Levesque is here in the studio with more on why it's causing some to worry, Taylor, that they may not be able to afford to actually repay their loans.
Data shows 1 in 5 student loan borrowers could struggle when repayments resume, especially if they're dealing with difficulty making other payment obligations. I spoke to a Jacksonville woman who says she isn't ready for scheduled payments to start and was forced to come out of retirement in order to prepare.
I just dreamed of that day, that I could retire and enjoy my family and enjoy my time and not be on a schedule and not be worried about getting up at 5:30 every morning. And, that just went by the wayside because I now still have to worry about that.
Reva Newton taught for more than 20 years before she retired, but most recently she's had to go back to work so she could afford to pay back $38,000 in student loans.
I had to take Social Security at an early age, at the earliest age, which is 62.
Once payments resume, it's estimated Newton will have to pay $400 each month.
That's a car payment. That's a fourth of rent. That's a big chunk of change.
Newton says she's also worried about the economy.
How many of these loans that people have out there, they're not going to be able to come up with that with the increase in living expenses, and they're going to go into default. And that's going to be another crisis for our country, is if we have a bunch of student loans being defaulted on because people just simply cannot afford in today's time to pay their loan back.
To prepare for student loan repayment, the U.S. Department of Education says if your financial situation has changed in the last couple of years, changing your repayment plan may reduce how much you owe each month. You can also take steps to recertify your income-driven plan or contact your loan servicer to ask for short-term relief.
Be prepared. Be prepared for anything and everything.
And we'll keep you updated on this case. You'll receive an update from the Department of Education before payments resume. In the studio, Taylor Levesque, First Coast News on your side.